Hi, my name is Mitchell Kaldrovich, and I'm the executive chef of the Sea Glass restaurant at the Inn by the Sea in Cape Elizabeth. And today I'm going to show you how to make a spice wrapped pork loin with applesauce. And it's very simple. You can do it at home as we do in the restaurants, technically the same recipe. And what I'm going to do is to do a brine. A brine is actually a salty solution. Basically, it's a tea. And as a tea, we infuse herbs. We use fresh herbs from our garden, which is bay leaves, sage, thyme, and rosemary. And these herbs are going to be steeped in hot water. And this brine, it helps to preserve all the juices, natural juices, into the pork. So it's technically infuse the herbs, put peppers, whole peppercorns, and it is basically a recipe of double salt and sugar. This solution can be very easily over salt if we forget into the brine. So it's technically an hour per pound. We use today half a rack of a pork chop, just naturally raised. Try not to trim much of the fat, because that fat is actually good for it. And then we're going to immerse it at the ice to cool down if I want to use it immediately, or just put a gallon of water like this. This has been 12 hours. The good thing to do is usually label it. Just remember that don't overpass that time. One is brine. I want to pick it up, rinse it, pat dry it, and that's what we have here. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's just something else to do to enhance your recipe. So we got pork chop. This is a 5-bone chop. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. And I'm going to cook it in a cast iron skillet, very heavy, until it's nice and brown, all the sides. Generously with kosher salt and pepper. Kosher salt is actually better. We use that in restaurants a lot. It has a better distinct flavor. It's low sodium, and it's actually very, because it's granulated, it's easy to don't get stick in my fingers. So I'm going to put with a film of canola oil or any type of vegetable oil, and I'm going to sear it, starting from the top side first. At home, this can be a little bit smoky, but that's when this is easy to cook in kitchen when we have a hood. We can smoke it. You don't have to make a mess. So it's gonna take around 5 to 10 minutes per side. I want to try not to touch it much because I want to make a crust. So preserve all the juices inside. So now it's almost brown on each side, all around. I'm going to put it back in the platter. This platter is going to go to the oven. You can see how the beautiful color is. And I'm going to add a mirepoix. Mirepoix consists in a combination of onion, celery, and carrots. Usually it's double onion and celery and carrot mix. A couple of cloves of garlic, and the herbs that I've used to the brine also, so which is sage, thyme, and rosemary. So in the same fat of the pork, if it gets dry, I can add a little more oil, or I can add a little butter. And then this is gonna brown all around, kind of like caramelize all the vegetables, which is gonna be the aromatic to finish the pork in the oven. Meanwhile, I want to do the spice wrap, which is, in this case, we use technically all the seeds. Would be coriander seeds, cinnamon, cloves, and caraway seeds, if you want to or not, and cumin. Cumin and coriander are the basis of this recipe technically. I also use dry thyme or dry herbs and smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is going to give all the smokiness, which is I really like. So all this, we don't have to toast it before. We're going to put it in a spice grinder, and we're going to grind it until it's nice and fine, like I just did here. This can be in your pantry for as long as you can keep it. And we are going to wrap the pork, with all the spices. Press it down to make it crust with it. And then when the aromatics are kind of like browning, I just want to develop caramelization, which is a technique. And then when that is developed, I want to deglaze with white wine, just to pick up all the particulars that has been brown around the heavy black pan. And in professional kitchen, it's great to have, because we always have some stock going. So today I'm doing chicken stock. So I want to pick up some of the chicken stock, and I want to deglaze with that as well. That's going to boil for a couple of minutes. And that's going to be my aromatics. I can either two things here. I can put the pork into this pan, or I can put this one into the pan. But that depends on each house. So how it fits into your oven. Put the herbs around. The garlic. So now I brown the pork and put the spices into it. I'm going to put it into the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour at 350 degrees. Or until you reach, with the thermometer, 145, 150 degrees as an internal temperature. So I just checked the pork. The pork is 135 degrees. It needs another 10. So meanwhile, I want to do a little garnish to serve this pork with, which is going to be, again, local apples that I'm going to saute in a hot pan with a little butter and little oil. Trying to brown it a little bit, get all the caramelization from it. I'm also going to add raisins. You can add cranberries if you want to in the holiday time. You can use golden raisins, you can use black raisins, you can use any type of raisins. And pine nuts, toasted pine nuts. So it's going to caramelize gently all around. And then when it's nice and caramelized, I'm going to add baby spinach. So it's going to wilt quickly. And salt and pepper. The amount of spinach I'm putting right now it's mainly water, so it's gonna wilt, and it's gonna be very, very small on the plate actually. But can you Swiss chard too? So now gently, I want to deglaze with a little cider vinegar for acidity. That's going to create some type of steam at the bottom, and that's going to wilt the whole spinach. And a little bit of local honey. This is wildflowers honey that some kids collect in Saco. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. We use that a lot. So now it's just combined, just for seasoning again. It's almost done. At this stage, I can take it out of the fire because it's already been preheated and it's going to be wilted. Beautiful. Just for seasoning. A little more salt, a little more pepper. I like the sweetness of the honey. I like the acidity. And this is going to be the garnish of our pork. I want to present it in the plate. And this is the best part. We just check the pork one more time, and we keep basting. Basting consists in get all the juices that has been rendered on the fry pan or sheet pans, and then cover and then put it back in the oven and kind of glaze the top and give it a nice crunchy crust. This is 150 degrees. I cook it for an hour and 10 minutes. And now I'm going to slice it. Family style can be just like this on the platter, or you can be individual portions. You can do without bone if you want to, but oh, nice and pink. See? It's a nice and moisture inside. Next to the bone has been cooked. The pork is something you don't want to cook. Some people do. We recommend it not to. Have to be 150 degrees to 160 degrees for bacteria. That's it. So we're going to present the wilted spinach with the apples. This is a great combination for, especially when the apples are ready in Maine. But it also can be a year-round dish. And the applesauce on the side, or just to present it a little bit like that. And this is our spiced raw pork loin. I hope you like it.